Good morning. So you'll want to have props handy because we will be using them, but we'll start with seated meditation. So you want to sit up nice and tall. And good morning to the person that just entered. I already started recording, so I can't actually see who it is, but hello, good morning. So we'll start with seated meditation. Sit up nice and tall. You want to have blocks and a strap handy as well. And then any kind of, movement. Maybe we want to roll the shoulders back a couple of times or get a little neck stretch. And then settle and allow your hands to rest on your thighs. Sit up really tall and allow our eyes to close. And just begin to shift your awareness, your attention to your breath. We lengthen it out a little bit. Notice the lower portion of your body that's in contact with the floor. Feel as if you're rooting down, and then there's a lengthening through the spine. So like you're drawing upward. Collarbone spread. Chest is slightly lifted. Notice your skin, your skull, scalp, tops of shoulders. The portions that are clothed and that's open to the air. Whole body. It's almost like the bubble, so to speak, that contains you. Notice soft tissue, muscle. And your heavy bone. Shoulders to the arms. Whole body. Notice your heartbeat. Just stay centered there at your heart space. Bring hands to heart. A little bow of your head. Offer up any gratitude that you have for anything in your life. Friends, family, loved ones. Maybe it's a place in nature or your furry four-legged friends or feathered friends. And set an intention for practice. What do we want to cultivate more of, see more of in our lives? Maybe you get to the feeling of it, of experiencing it, seeing it, witnessing it, living it, whatever it is. Clarity, joy, peace, strength, courage. What's going to be of most benefit to your highest and greatest good? Take a moment. Maybe you'll mentally repeat your intention again. Sweep your arms overhead. Hands come down to our heart. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Deep one. Breath in, reach up. Hands come down to our heart. Hands to thighs. Loop your shoulders up and back, and you can flutter open your eyes. Sweep your arms overhead, tap palms. Side bend to your right, right hand down, and left arm over. Just a few breaths here into left side body. And we'll switch. Left hand down, right arm over. And coming into Ujjayi Pranayama. So a little constriction in the back of your throat. And come center. Circle arms up. Eagle, right arm under, crossed elbows, maybe at wrists. We can always hug for our opposite shoulder. So right arm under. Elbows draw down, we lift through sternum. Lengthen the back of the neck. We can stay, or some of us might decide to lift the elbows up off the chest and a little push forward. A couple deep breaths between the shoulder blades. And release, arms overhead, left under right. We draw down, sit tall. Elbows hugging down, so stretch across the tops of the shoulders. And then maybe we lift the elbows up. If it's too intense to stay crossed at the hands, just uncross. Little push forward. And release. Sweep arms overhead. And exhale, hands to thighs. Sit tall. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to tune into your body, sensations. Flutter open your eyes, lift the shoulders, and we'll come on to hands and knees and do a few rounds of cat and cow. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees below hips, head up, tail up, exhale, round. Couple more. And we can add extra movement here, side to side, wrist or forearm. We'll come back center once you're even side to side and move into child's pose. We'll take the knees wide. Allow your tummy to rest through.
If you need less in your knees, you know, if it's a bit much for your knees, then hips just a little bit higher, not so far back toward the heels. Thread your left arm under. A couple breaths here. Tune into the sound and the texture of your own breath. Feel free to close your eyes. And switch sides. Left arm forward, right arm threads. And just deciding whether we're a little bit more on the soft, subtle side, or if we're going to give a little gentle press through the left palm. Right upper arm, gently down and toward the right, just a smidge. Notice stretch sensation. Close your eyes, breathe into the ribs. And we come center. Rock your forehead side to side. And come up onto hands and knees. And we'll clear off space around us to the sides of us so that we can open the leg out to the side for gate pose. So come onto hands and knees. You could have your toes tucked under, which sometimes, if it doesn't bother your knees, will create some more stability as we push into the floor. Otherwise, tops of the feet down, tuck your tail, right arm and left leg. Pull tummy in, keeping the gaze down so neck is long and neutral. Take an inhale, knee to elbow, exhale. Inhale, we go long. Exhale, hug in. One more, inhale. Let's stretch it out slow, hug it in. Inhale, we go long. Bring your right hand down to the floor, bend the left knee so heel points up toward the ceiling, and then just little micro pulses up. Pull tummy in. We don't have to push it up too high, just really targeting left glute, feel it there, a little burn. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Extend your leg back, tap your toes to the floor, and then inhale, bring the leg back up. Bend the knee off to the side, and like half of a cactus. Extend the foot out, and bring the foot to the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, we gently side bend over the left leg. You don't have to go too far. Come back center. Exhale, hands to the floor. Plant them, pull belly in. Lift and hover, and then bend the knee. Extend the leg back. And release your knee to the floor. Bring the knees together. You could always grab a block. We'll do embryo and give the arms and shoulders a moment to relax. You want your the elbows to drape down and the shoulder heads just kind of slump forward toward the floor. Take one more big breath. Slide your hands forward and press and lift chest up. Roll the wrists and point and flex back and forth. We'll do the other side. Tabletop. Firm up anterior core, so front side, pubic bone to belly button. Left arm, right leg. Just feel core muscles fire. Inhale. Knee to elbow. 2 more. We go slow, extend out, use your core. Exhale, hug in. 1 more. Hug it in. Inhale long. Keep the leg lifted, left hand to floor. Bend the right knee, so heel points up, toes flex down. Little pulses. So you don't want to push up so high that we cause the belly to dump forward and dump into the lower back. That's a bit much. Just little pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg back. Tap the toe slowly down, straight down. And then we'll lift back up. Pivot the knee off to the side, bend it. Half of a goalpost. And then we kick the foot out, bring the right foot to the floor, gate, Parigasana. Inhale, come up. And a gentle side bend. So if your foot is out really far, it'll make a deeper side bend. So if you need to, just slide your right foot in a little bit and then maybe not go so far over the right leg. Stay active in your core. Reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. We're going to lift the foot, bend the knee, extend the leg back, and knee to floor. Let's go embryo, or some of you might go for a melting heart. We can go super wide with the arms. Some of us might keep the arms closer to the head, hands to prayer. If that's a bit much, honor your body. Couple more breaths. Notice sound and texture of your breath. One more. Extend your arms forward, and we'll all meet back into the hybrid variation between child's pose and embryo. So knees wide, gaze to the right, left ear down, and relax your arms long by your lower legs, palms up. We'll switch sides with the neck stretch. Ujjayi breath. Arms go forward, and we make our way to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels right and left, and any kind of other movement that we know and love. Maybe you challenge yourself to move in a slightly different way to find a new sensation. Maybe it's something we never noticed before. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Separate your feet hip width. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Again, half lift. Bend your knees some, or maybe a lot. Float your arms and come up to standing. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go through some gentle sun salutations, just for a little bit of movement to help to warm up our bodies. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift, breath in. Plant your hands, walk back. You could always walk back to dog. High plank, if you fancy. Push forward, knees up or down. Chaturanga to the floor. Cobra, inhale. Back to down dog, exhale. Ujjayi breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Walk, step, or a hop to the top. Halfway. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Inhale. Hands to heart. Feet toward one another. Utkatasana. Sit down, reach up. You might hug the inner thighs, inner knees together. We squat into the hips. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, walk back, dog or plank. Plank, folks, you'll push forward, knees up or down, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And exhale back to down dog. Big breath. Side out. Step hopper, walk to the top of your mat. Halfway. And we bow. Let's grab our blocks. Halfway lift, one in each hand. Right foot stays, left foot steps. We might draw the blocks back. Come up for moon pose. So if you're really far forward, we can come out of the hips a little. Tuck your tail. Maybe we sneak further. Check in with your breath. Exhale, a little twist to our right. I'm just taking a more gentle twist this morning. Reach up, hands to the blocks. Shift back slow for half splits. Flex your toes to kneecap, and then it's like the heel and the knee are trying to hug toward one another, scissor inner thighs. Stay tall, or we round over right leg. Ujjayi. Bend into right knee, blocks on tall, runner's lunge. Heart forward and up. Exhale, straighten gently, slowly to wide pyramid. Now we might keep right foot flat. Some might go super heel. This kind of depends on what feels best in your body at this moment. Bend again, runner's lunge. Heart up. Exhale, straighten. Ujjayi. And one more. We bend. Exhale, straighten. Bend into your right knee, push off the left foot, step forward. Walk out your knees. Feet together, circle sweep, inhale, squeeze your glutes, a little press forward through your hips. Exhale, hands to heart space. Feet stay toward one another, Utkatasana, bend your knees. Maybe we lift the toes, weights in our heels. Take another breath. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Grab our blocks, take the feet hip width. Right foot steps back, moon pose. Inhale, arms skyward. Tuck your tail. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Notice your breath. Center, inhale, reach up. Hands come to blocks and we shift back, half splits. Draw tummy in, we can stay tall or we can round. Core stays mildly active. One more breath here. We bend left knee, flip the blocks to tall, runner's lunge. Right knee lifts. Heart comes forward and up. Exhale, wide pyramid. So back heel, the right heel pushes down and back, but it doesn't quite touch. If it does, we need to scooch the right foot back and take a wider stance. And you can always keep the halfway lift with the spine, or we can round. We're going to bend the left knee again, lower our hips hard up. Exhale, straighten, wide pyramid. Super heel or not. One more. Bend. Engage the right glute. Exhale, straighten to pyramid or wide pyramid. Scissor inner thighs. So right frontal hip point kind of comes forward and down. Woo. Breathe. Bend the left knee. Push off your right foot. Step forward. Walk it out. Halfway lift. Circle sweep. Squeeze your glutes. Little back bend.
Seriously, dude.
Hands to heart space.
Huh?
Shit. Hold on one second. That's funny. I don't know if somebody's thing went to or got off mute. That's okay though. We're back. Okay. So at the top of the mat, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a big breath and side out. Let's go. We're going to shift the weight to our right foot. So let's have the blocks handy. Yeah, let's have the blocks handy. They don't necessarily need to be on your mat, but near. Shift the weight to your right foot. Pick up your left knee. Reach your right arm up. So standing leg raise, or knee raise, hand to knee. Now open up, leg to left, arm to right. Now if you kind of want to mess, you could do a couple things. We could hook the big toe on the left side and kick the leg out. We might take our gaze into our right palm. And you can do a combination or none at all. Just breathe. And come back center and release. Side out. Feet about hip width. Shift the weight to left foot. Left arm reaches up. Pick up your right knee. Hold it from the outside. Flex the toes up. Push down. We lift up. Inhale. Exhale. We open. So we could stay. Gaze into your left palm. And some might grab for big toe right side and kick the leg out. Ujjayi breath. One more. Come back center and release, mountain pose. Loop your shoulders. We're going to go hands at hips. Step back, just so we're not like right at the very top edge of the mat. We are going to be stepping back. I will tell you that. So take the feet probably just a couple of inches apart from one another. Hands at hips. Stand up tall. Bring your left knee up once again. Draw tummy in. And then we're going to slowly start to extend the left leg back. Open into airplane. Blocks are handy if we need to take the fingertips to our blocks. Reach back through your heel left side. Step back, warrior one. So back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. And if we need to, heel toe the right foot out toward the right edge of the mat, just a little. Exhale, hands come behind us. We could interlace or just clasp for opposite wrists or elbows, forearms. Inhale, strong abdominals as we slowly come forward. And you might just come forward a little.
Maybe we come forward and allow the tummy and chest to touch the right thigh. Some of you might go upper body inside of right leg. Strong core. Come back up, nice and slow. Push the floor away. Take hands to heart space. Bring your right foot in a little. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Come forward with your chest. And on the very tips of the left toe, feel a lot of weight in your right foot, eh? And step forward to Utkatasana, chair pose. Press up, mountain. Circle sweep. Exhale, fold. Blocks off to the side, half lift. Plant your hands, walk back to down dog. You could go child's pose or option to vinyasa. High to low push-up, back bend of choice, down dog. You could rest in dog. You might come to your forearms for dolphin, or we can come down, take child's pose or embryo. And just rest for a few rounds of breath. Feel free, wherever you're at, to close your eyes. Just notice your body, skin moving inward. Making your way back to down dog. Now do the other side. Feel free to pedal your feet, knees, or shake your head gently. Lift your heels, bend your knees, turbo dog. Look forward, step, hop, or walk to the top. Halfway lift. Circle sweep up to stand. Hands to heart. Mountain pose. Maybe you take your feet together, but if that creates too much, if you sway a little bit too much, keep your feet a couple of inches apart. We stand tall, close our eyes. Tune into your heartbeat. Flutter open your eyes and loop your shoulders back. We'll take hands to hips. Take the feet just a couple of inches apart. Blocks on handy, they're handy. We might have them on the tall height. Just preparing for airplane pose. Lift up through the top of your sternum. Pick up your right knee. Core active. Push down into left foot. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. We send the right leg back. Open our arms out. We might stay on the taller side with head and chest. Maybe we come to fingers to blocks. Strong right leg though. Firm up your core as well. We're trying to pull the ribs in toward one another. When we step back, warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. We might keep the hips taller, take a shorter stance, that's fine. Hands come behind us, and just pause here for a moment. You might adjust your feet a little bit. If you know you want to take your upper body inside of the left leg, lengthen, inhale, stay, or start to come forward a little bit more, maybe chest or tummy on left thigh, maybe inside. Pranayama. Try not to let the left hip nudge too far off to the left side. Rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Left foot is wide. We need to bring it in. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Take chest forward. And then we're gonna, almost like we're gonna push into airplane, but we're not. Feel a lot of weight in left foot. The very tips of the toes, right side. Tummy strong. Step right foot forward. Utkatasana. Press up to standing. And take a big, so depending on which direction you like to face, we're gonna open the legs up into a wide straddle. And then go toes out, knees out. So externally rotating. I've done a little bit of this, but not so much. Lift up through sternum. We don't have to get too low. Maybe we squat more. It just really depends. Reach up, stay, or get a little lower. And hands to hips, straighten the legs. Pivot toes in, heels out. Reach out through your arms. Take a breath. And we swan dive. Halfway lift. Walk, if you're facing the monitor, I'll be mirroring you. So walk both hands over to your right foot. Left hand reaches across. You could always have hands on the floor or on blocks and just walk over toward right foot. And we're going to come back through center and over to the left. Pranayama. Come center, half lift, side lunge, right knee. Lengthen your spine. We do want to flare our tail behind us, keeping the weight more toward the heels. Hands can come to heart or stay on the floor, or arms extending. Switching sides. We might touch down, hands to the floor as we pivot. Flare your tail behind you. Check in with your breath. Hands on the floor, we come center. Heel toe your feet in a little. Bend your knees. Inhale, come back up. Again, another goddess. Toes out, knees out. Since we kind of started to warm up the thighs and the legs. Reach up, inhale. This is in lieu of like warrior two, side angle biz. Knees out. Take your right arm up behind the head. Left hand might come to low back. Maybe we work Gomukhasana arms and grab for fingertips. Don't force. Breath. Get a little lower. Straighten the legs. Whew. Release your arms. Pivot your toes forward. Straight in front of you so they're not out to the side, they're straight forward. Tuck your tail and a little push forward of your hips. Stretch the hip flexors. Come back. Toes out, knees out, squat again. Left arm up, left hand behind your head. Maybe right hand at the lower back. Maybe reaching up, one day fingers clasping. Pranayama. Legs like, whoo, yeah. Knees out, belly in, stay or squat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Press down, release your arms slow. Toes in, heels out. Reach up. And exhale, swan dive. You could stay here. You could go into Samakasana, transversal splits. We could shoulder rinse, any variation really. If you tripod headstand, you can straddle into that. Pranayama. Plant the hands. If your feet are super wide, start to heel toe back in. Bend your knees, hands to hips, and then come all the way up to standing. Whew. Step the feet together to the top of the mat, quarter turn. Sweep arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Blocks off to the side, plant your hands, step back, plank, then onto the elbows, forearm plank, knees up or down. But regardless, we want to tuck the tail and pull forward through sternum. And breathe. All the way to your tummy, hands slide back. Press through the tops of your feet. Inhale, head, chest lift up. Cobra. And we lower. Relax your body. Big breath. Loop your shoulders, feet pressed down, cobra. And maybe we float the feet, lengthen back of neck. And arms might go out to the sides. 3, 2, and we lower. Cactus the arms, gaze to the right. Sweep your right knee up to the right side of you, half frog. A big breath. Let it go, whole body melt. Extend your right leg back behind you. Bring your chest center. Arms out wide. Tent your fingers on the floor. Loop your shoulders back. We could have a bend in the elbows if that helps to loop your shoulders up and back. So arms not quite as wide. Lift your feet. Then pull your tummy in. Push into the fingertips, lift your head. 3, 2, and we lower. Cactus your arms, bend your knees, flex the toes down. Skydiver. Inhale, head, chest lift. And then maybe, and maybe not, maybe we keep the thighs down. Maybe we kick up through the heels and try to lift the thighs. That's a terrible idea, keep them down. Belly in, 3, 2, and slowly release. Looking off to the left, half frog. Any arm position that feels best for your body, looking left. Maybe you can even feel your heartbeat in your tummy as it touches the floor. Extend your left leg back behind you. Come center, press up, and either back into child's pose or embryo, whichever sounds most ideal to your body at this point. Maybe you remind yourself of your intention. Know that you're worthy of the asking and receiving. We'll come up onto hands and knees and take a couple more rounds of cat and cow. Just a few. If it feels good to go a little side to side, by all means. And you get to choose here at this point, what's going to serve you best. Maybe we go half pigeon, right knee forward. I'm personally going to choose square, or you might go double pigeon. I'm going to face the screen. So if you want to do, or you could do half pigeon on your back. So one of the pigeon poses, either on your back, reclined, right ankle, left knee forward for half pigeon, or right shin in front of left for square or double. We lengthen, adjust the hips, pelvis, and then we slowly melt forward. If you're on your back, you gently pull. Well, maybe using right elbow to softly push the thigh away. And once you're settled, with your props and stuff, close your eyes and take longer, slower breaths. Nothing that creates any kind of anxiety. It should actually be the opposite, relaxing. Breathe in, relax. Exhale, body melts. Notice the sound and texture of your breath. I find in poses like these, it's very hypnotic. And then can we just sit and simply observe without needing to fix anything or take 2 more breaths. And slowly, no rush, we're going to change sides. So same pose, any, windshield wiper, point flex kind of action to, shake it off, so to speak. Sometimes you get a little achy or fragile after those longer holds. It's normal. Just ease into movement. And we switch sides. Using props, making adjustments and whatnot. Side to side, this might be the tight side for you. So, or maybe it's the looser one and you go, yay. We shift our attention to our breath. Lengthen the exhale a little longer than inhale. Breathe in, we soften.
As you exhale, just kind of melt into the space. The body softens. I would say that, as we, really shift into that observer mode here with these longer holds, sensation can kind of, amplify and sometimes move into like, slight discomfort. But then if it does start to move an inch into the pain sensation or just before it, where intuition goes, I don't know about this, that's where we, kind of back off. But otherwise, you're not having those experiences. We can have, or you're not experiencing pain or intuition telling you to back off. And sensation is just sensation. Sometimes the issue is the label we give it, good or bad, right or wrong, the judgments we make. I'm too tight, etc. A couple more breaths here. Take one more breath. And slowly, no rush. You're going to lift up, and unwind. If you're on your back, you get to stay. You can windshield wiper, whatnot. We're eventually going to make our way onto our backs. For just a little bit of strap work, we won't do the longer holds. Coming onto your back, grab your strap. Let's start resting in neutral to begin. So knees 10 feet wide. And just take a moment to pause. And feel the connection of your back with the mat, feet on the earth. We'll part the knees, grab our strap, and take the right foot up into the air, strap to the bottom of the right foot. And toes flex down, heel pushes up. Try not to overdo it. If your hamstring is like, whoa, then, back off. You might extend the left leg long, though that does intensify it, but it's up to you. You're in your body. Ujjayi breath. And take your strap in your right hand and open your leg out to the right. We might bend the right knee more, especially if our leg is like, whoa, or we can kind of kick out through the heel, flex the foot more. We just want to make sure, be mindful we don't hyperextend the knee. Bring your right leg back center. Strap in your left hand, IT band stretch. And I know this is a recording, I apologize, but Lisa, instead of going into the twist, I would actually skip the twist with the strap. That might be a little bit much for your lower back when it gets a little on the zesty side. So you could stay with IT band, everybody could. Some of you, if you want, you can move into the twist. Or maybe we come into Gomukhasana on our back. So sometimes when our back acts up, even just a small amount of twisting can trigger it. So, you know, we might just do super gentle ones or just kind of avoid the twisting for a moment. Those that are in the twist, I'm going to slowly bring your right leg back center and everybody releasing, strap off to the side, both knees hug into our chest. Maybe we gently rock. We're going to go feet flat, knees tent, feet wide, pelvis in neutral. Part your knees, feet back to hip width, left side. Sole of the foot, strap to the bottom of the foot, left side. Pranayama. Maybe we extend right leg onto the mat. Take another 2 breaths here. Strap comes in the left hand and we open our legs slowly out to the left. You don't have to go too far and we can always use a block or bolster at outside of hip, left side. Ujjayi breath. And feel free to keep your eyes closed. Internal drishti. One more big breath. We bring left leg back center. IT band stretch. Strap in right hand, left foot tracks past midline. We can stay with IT band stretch. We can move into our traditional twist with our strap. Or if we're gonna maybe skip that twist and wanna get into outer hips and IT bands, we ditch the strap and do Gomukhasana, left leg over the right on our backs. Breathe deep. And last couple breaths here. And those that are twisting, bring your left leg back center. Everybody will release. Feet to the floor. Tent the knees together, feet wide. And then you choose. You might stay traditional Shavasana, or maybe we grab a block for supported bridge or legs up the wall. It's really dependent on personal preference, what feels right today, right in air quotes. So make yourself comfortable, cozy. whole body softens, surrenders heavy. I'll leave you with a quote from Swami Rama. Learn to be gentle with yourself and learn to be gentle with others. Violent people are violent because they are not at peace with themselves. So be gentle to yourself. Then you will be able to express gentleness in your mind, action, and speech. It will come spontaneously. Have a beautiful day, my friends. I bow to you. So much love. Namaste.